Greetings. Our names are Gracie, Addie, Gavin, Carter, Jacob, and Nathan. We have put a lot of effort into this documentary.
Our documentary teaches about tolerance and acceptance.
Please enjoy!
Today we're going to interview Miss Howell. Have you ever been bullied, and how were you bullied?
Oh, yes. I was actually bullied when I was in elementary school because I was always the shortest person in my class.
I know how you feel.
And people would like to make fun of me for that. And also, I had really long hair at the time. My hair came all the way down my back. And one day, a boy found a dead roach and put the dead roach in my hair. He was actually trying to get my attention, but that wasn't really the way to do it. So he did get my attention, but it wasn't good attention.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, Addie, your turn.
Can you put up with a lot of things? What things can you put up with?
Oh, I can tolerate like someone just maybe not wanting to focus on their work or not staying on task. I can tolerate that pretty well and just try to help them get back on task. One thing, or, just if someone's having a bad day and they're sad, I try to be tolerant of that. So.
Okay, there you go.
Have you ever been left out, and how were you left out?
Yes, I was left out of things, probably for the same reason that I was bullied, just because I was short. And like when people would get picked for dodgeball teams and things like that, or basketball in PE, I was always the last one to get picked because they didn't think I had the ability since I was small.
It's like how my mom says, because our family is very, very short.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a thing, and we say we might be small, but we're very mighty.
Oh, yeah, that's good. That's good.
I define tolerance as embracing differences and using those differences in order to enrich the whole, whether that is enriching learning experiences within the classroom or enriching a family situation. And here at Foster Heights, we are definitely a family, and we embrace the differences of each individual in our school in order to make our school better and more effective, and to look at things from different perspectives and from multiple perspectives in order to make our school the best that it can be.
Okay. Can you put up with a lot of things? What things?
Yes, to be in this job, you have to put up with a lot of different things, as most jobs, as well as when you're a classmate or a teacher, you have to put up with a lot of different things that come along in your day, a lot of different personalities, a lot of different ideas that people have. You just have to take them as they come, one at a time, and make the best of your situation.
Today I'm going to be here with Ethan Reynolds. I'm going to be asking him a few questions about tolerance. Number one, how do you feel about the tolerance of Foster Heights?
I like it, and it's really fun, and my friends are nice to me and all that.
How do you define tolerance?
Accepting.
Do you like bullying?
No, but I be nice to my classmates, and I don't get mad at them, and they're nice to me, and they don't.
What is the tolerance level at Foster Heights?
Sometimes medium, high, and low.
Is tolerance a good thing or a bad thing? Explain.
A good thing, because if you let go, and if you put, it's a good thing.
How did you come to the conclusion of the definition of tolerance?
Off the internet.
How do you define tolerance in your own words?
The way I define tolerance, is, that's actually a pretty hard question. I define tolerance as like to where there's some things that like there are different things that people have to do and like follow, and that you have to tolerate with other people even though you don't like them.
What is the tolerance level at Foster Heights?
I believe that we have a high tolerance level here at Foster Heights because one of our goals is building leaders, and we know that we're working through the 7 habits to be able to do that, starting at habit 1, working all the way to habit 7. So I think that we set a high goal, and that we're making great strides in reaching those goals, and I think that we have a very high tolerance level here.
Okay. How do you define tolerance in your own words?
Do I find tolerance? I think it's just accepting others' differences and realizing that no two people are just alike. Everyone has strengths, everyone has weaknesses, and acknowledging those and just accepting and working together, synergizing with people and accepting them for who they are.
Can you put up with a lot of things if you can with things?
Things I can put up with are people who make mistakes and recognize their mistakes and try to do better. People who, when they mess up, they say I'm sorry and they want to, they want to improve and try and do better. I'm always up
How
for
do you
that.
define tolerance?
Potential to put up.
How do you feel about the tolerance at Foster Heights?
I think it's good, and this is why I think it's good, because other people help people. Have you ever been left out, and how were you left out?
Oh, I'm sure that I know when I was in high school, I had a group of friends, and there were times that maybe some friends would get together and leave out other people, or when I was your all's age, a friend would have a sleepover and maybe not include everybody. Maybe they could only have one friend. So I definitely know how that feels to feel left out.
How do you define tolerance?
I think tolerance is just appreciating the differences that we all have. We all have different strengths, different growth areas, different preferences, different interests, and that makes us all unique. We're all individual. So I think that it's important that we all tolerate one another and we respect each other for the people that we are. And we understand that having differences is not a bad thing, and just being respectful of each other.
How do you define tolerance?
I define tolerance as being patient and getting along with people and making sure that we are all on the same page or together in a group.
Can you put up with a lot of things? And if so, what things?
I feel like I'm quite patient and tolerant. Mainly that comes from living with a husband and 6 children. So in our house, you had to give and take. Sometimes you had to let the children have company, and then that meant even more people in the house. So I think over the long years of being married and having many children in the house, I became tolerant, able to allow people to do maybe not just what I wanted them to do, but still be safe.
Have you ever been left out? If you have, how?
Well, I think that everyone's been left out, whether it's been like maybe not invited to a party or you're playing heads up, 7 up, and you don't get your thumb pushed down and then you feel like nobody likes you. So I think that happens to everybody sometimes because you're not always going to be picked.
All in all, we hope you learned the definition of tolerance.
The actual definition of tolerance is the ability and willingness to do something.
We hope you use tolerance in your daily lives.
Thank you.